Welcome back to Character Select. Dave, Detective, and Noteboy Tyler, back for more Scene Investigators. We have successfully completed the missing case file. So now, do we do the fourth floor or Bloodbath?
We gotta just go up in difficulty, so fourth floor is next.
I guess so. The break-in, the dinner party, the celebration. That doesn't sound good.
You know what? Since it doesn't really seem to be like, oh, you gotta do all these in order, roll a dice.
Roll a die?
Or flip a coin.
I don't have a coin, but I can roll a die.
I have a dice right here.
I got a die. I got a fucking die at my desk. Alright,
Yeah,
so...
no problem.
1 to 10 is fourth floor, 11 to 20 is Bloodbath. We got a 12, so...
Well,
I guess
no,
we're
that's
doing
not what I was... That's not what I was saying. I was saying roll for the apartment we're looking at.
Oh, no. That's not gonna work.
Why is it not?
We gotta do these in order. The last one had a story to it.
Well, the last one you couldn't do, like, all of them from the beginning.
That's true.
Whatever. Let's just start from the start.
Yeah.
Who cares? Doesn't matter.
So did something bad happen on the Thank you. Thanks. Late in the evening, a family home was broken into. The neighbor residing next door reported hearing multiple gunshots and dialed 911 to inform the authorities. What was left was a gruesome scene. By carefully examining the details of the scene, can you piece together what happened? Oh, and I'm not sick anymore. Yay.
Boy. I mean,
2000.
cool, I guess.
Well, I don't want to look at that. I didn't look at that. All right. 401. I just want to take a look. Look at the detail on that fire extinguisher box. That's kind of impressive, actually.
Yeah.
It is disturbingly quiet.
I mean, this is a crim scene.
Okay.
401. No signs of forced entry.
No signs of forced entry. So, again, we're going to do the thing that we did, which is we're going to look around to see what we can find, and then we'll investigate.
We'll look around and see what we can see without, like, picking things up.
Yeah.
And piece things together. So we have a nurse who has children, small children.
Professional nurses training manual, so maybe training to be a nurse.
Or, like, is a nurse trying to be, like, a better nurse, like a nurse practitioner or something like that.
Continuing medical education.
Maybe English isn't their first language.
National award-winning essays from 92 to 2000? Huh. Alright.
Ho, 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 ho. Works in Mark Twain.
Baby.
Probably a girl. I mean, I don't want to, like, assume gender, but I mean, you pick pink, largely probably a girl.
Yep. A child of some sort.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So they came in through a window.
Yeah, that tracks. They knocked over the planter. Got their feet all up in that mud.
Knocked in the planter, came in here, killed the guy.
Not necessarily killed the guy. Might have been killed. Look at the positioning.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Looking for papers.
Maybe they came in here, tried to, like, where there wasn't a guy in here. Guy came in. All we
know is that somebody died here. We don't know if it was the person that lived here or the person that came through the window. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid making assumptions, is what I'm doing. All right. And then there's the bullet hole there. So a bullet. Two shots?
I only see one casing.
But there's a shot there that went into the wall, and then this shot, unless they fell over. Alright. Let's go take a look and see what we can see.
Alright, is there nothing out in the hallway we can see?
Negative.
Footprints or anything? Okay. Shoes?
Not muddy.
Well, we have a size on the bottom, so that might be important. So women's 9.5.
Yep.
So we can maybe note that down.
How do I notes again? There we go.
N?
Yeah.
So let's take down women. Shoes
occupant.
found. Women's 9.5.
Shoes. Women's.
Because we might need to
match footprints.
kind of like how we had to like bring evidence and information forward from the previous case. It's like there in the other apartments there might be information as to who's like what size footprints those are.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah's birthday. I assume that's the little girl.
7. Again, don't make assumptions.
I'm not making assumptions, but I am making hypotheses.
Sure.
Informed guesses.
Serene Jewelry and Loans. Good for 30 days. Deposit not refundable. All sales final.
So
Diamond wedding ring. For Brenda Sherman.
They bought it or sold it?
Serene Jewelry and Loans.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's a purchase because there's tax.
There's tax on there, so yeah.
$11.70 for tax. That's kind of impressive.
I mean, that's like what? Like 0.5%?
Less than 0.5%.
Yeah. Like a 5% sales tax on that, so it's like 10% is $250. So a 5% sales tax should be $125 on that.
7804
for Brenda Sherman.
Right. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Feed the milk at 3. Give second bottle at 7:30. Reminder that milk is in the fridge. Carry the baby monitor at all times. I'll be home around 8.
Okay. Is there anything on the back?
Negative.
All right.
So, babysitter. Oh, here we go. Other than drinking a bit more than usual, nothing noteworthy for today. She pooped once and went to sleep after I sang her a lullaby. She is super cute while she sleeps, clinging to her blankie. 250 fed her food portion, 330, 180 milliliters of milk, 630 diaper change, 7 went to sleep, banana porridge, oatmeal rice. 7:16, Sarah was not as fussy today, so you were right. She drank the same amount as usual, however she hasn't pooped yet. Woke up, 70 mils of milk, ate a bit of food, 150 mils of milk, went to sleep. Banana porridge, oatmeal rice.
No.
Yes, porridge, yes,
she's
oatmeal.
Yeah, so she ate porridge and oatmeal on the 15th and banana and oatmeal on the 16th.
I don't remember what the day is. Do you remember?
We'll look at the well, no, because like you have like notes, and I'd assume it's the 16th because that's the last day that's crossed off. But yeah, if you look at the situation,
doesn't tell us.
Doesn't say.
It says when we load it in, but that's it.
I guess it's not that important for the moment. They like mooses. Any interesting books there? Let's see. Got Healthy Egg.
Science that changed the world.
Animal behavior. Profiting off of science.
Martin
Remedies. The world of math.
The world of math? Hell yeah.
In iconic American mansions.
Imaginative tropical homes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I don't think any of those books are necessarily that long, but what do I know?
I mean, they might be large print.
Yeah. Built for Success. The Shadow Out of Time. Lovecraft. Ooh.
So, the Divine Comedy there, that's way smaller than all 3 books together would be.
Yep. Maybe it's small print. Who knows?
I'm just... I know they're just putting, clearly this person's well-read.
Yeah. Basics to Trading, Inner Peace, and Serenity. Okay.
And that's what they're trying to imply with that. But, anyway.
I don't see anything here. New Modern English Dictionary. That is huge.
Yep. So we can assume that there are a single mother.
Yep.
With one child who is a toddler, a female toddler.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to be a nurse.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Or is
and
a
has
nurse.
a babysitter.
It's Snickers. So the other thing that we have to determine is who actually got killed. Because if the babysitter here has the baby monitor the whole time, right?
Well, I would assume that when was the shots fired? Does it say in the situation?
No. Late in the evening, a family home.
Late in the evening, so I would assume that's past 8 o'clock.
Maybe.
So I would assume that was when the mother gets home, and she's sitting there eating her strawberries and Snickers.
And some cheesy snaps.
Here's somebody break in through the... So, like, my thought here is, just my initial thought without looking at anything else, right?
Yeah.
The dude came in through, or the intruder came in through the baby's room.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly, the person out on the couch would hear that through the baby monitor.
Yes.
So perhaps this guy came in through the window, walked through the room, came into it's on, you can see the lights on.
Yep.
Went into the other room, like he knew what he was looking for. Or they knew what they were looking for, right?
Right.
So they came in here, walked into this office here. The person out there with the baby monitor came in here to confront them, got shot in the head, fell over, and bled out on the ground there.
So there is a flaw in your argument.
Okay.
First of all, whoever got shot was sitting at this chair because the chair is knocked over. Second...
Well, see, that's a faulty assumption there, because that could just be a matter of the shooter panicking and running out of the room, because clearly there's jewelry here that they were trying to steal, perhaps.
True.
And knock the chair over trying to run away. Oh, there's a second bullet casing there. Okay, now the plot thickens, Dave.
The other thing that points a flaw in your logic is that this bullet is not at head height. But
that is also true. They could also have been kneeling down, being like, "Please don't shoot me" or whatever.
Yeah, 2 different bullets, 9mm Wilder.
Okay, and
a 9mm Luger.
So it's the same kind of situation as the last case.
Possibly 2 separate bullets or 2 separate guns.
Yeah. So maybe the person here owned a gun and was trying to stop the person. Oh, check on the other side of the room. Is there like a bullet hole or broken glass or anything over here? No. So maybe like the killer got shot and like ran out after shooting the other person.
Could be.
I'm just throwing ideas out. We have not nearly collected all the evidence yet.
Camp Sunshine, informed consent and liability release. Camper named Greta Sherman. Date of birth 6/3/96. 2 kids. Yellow Cross.
Parent and guardian is Brenda Sherman.
Greta Sherman. Emergency contact is Lori Sherman, mother, sister, and aunt.
That is the mother, sister, aunt. So Greta Sherman is a daughter.
Yeah.
So that means Sarah is the...
baby.
The baby. Hold on, go in the baby's room. Is there like another bed in there?
Yep.
And it's got little dolls and stuff on it, so that would be the older sibling.
And then presumably the mother lives in here, or this is the bathroom, which makes sense. So where the fuck does she sleep?
Probably on the couch.
Maybe. Alright, but we've got...
So we
Greta
got Sarah,
Sherman.
Greta, and Brenda Sherman. Sarah
8
is
years old.
Yep.
Sarah Sherman.
We don't know, but is a toddler.
Baby/toddler. Okay.
Right.
Oh, and Lori Sherman
is the aunt. This was on the 5th.
Yeah.
Greta's birthday isn't listed on... Oh,
Yeah,
because it's a different month. Never mind.
6/3/96, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Greta and Sarah obviously are different people.
Yep.
Okay. Microwave, tiny-ass microwave. Okay, into here. So, we've
Right.
definitely... Well, hold on. I just want to double-check. Yeah, they're the same.
Both monitors appear to be on,
Appear
as
to
far as
be,
I'm aware.
yes. Alright.
We got children's
One thing
books.
I noticed here...
The Wire, yes.
That was used to open the window. Yeah. Oh. Hello.
Okay. Bullets. So the Luger is the parents.
Yeah. A Tarink R9 9mm.
Okay. So the Luger was found...
Certification of
desk.
vital record. Greta Peterson. Female, single, 6/3/96.
Wait. What?
Name of father, Clyde Kent Peterson. Name of mother, Brenda Sherman. Mother.
So, okay, so then that implies that Brenda separated from the father, Clyde, was originally married to Clyde Peterson.
Not necessarily. Same name, or... Oh, I guess it says last name.
Because it implies that because Greta has the last name of Peterson.
Yeah.
So that would imply that Brenda had a breakup with Clyde and then gave Greta back her maiden name.
Okay.
And this was signed... Hold on, what is this? This is a birth certificate.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, no, this is Greta's birth certificate. Gotcha. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Didn't mean to do that. That's fine. There's more in here. Sarah Peterson. Also Clyde Peterson.
So this breakup occurred recently.
Potentially.
If this is a breakup, because if you note there, her name written on the signature is Brenda Peterson. So why is she going by Brenda Sherman?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I get that her maiden name is Sherman,
Yeah.
but like in the other
In
documents,
the other documents, it says
where she's signing
Sherman,
for
yeah.
her daughter's camping thing, she's signing it as Brenda Sherman.
Okay.
And then we have a pile of cash.
A lot
That's
of
a
it.
lot of money. That's like thousands of dollars right there.
So, I worked in a bank for a while. I'm just trying to remember what the bundle is. Because that looks like bundled.
That's like 50 bills or something, so that'd be like $1,000.
Yeah. And then I'm
in
assuming...
20s.
Yeah.
And then I assume on the left under there, that's like a first aid kit.
Yeah. I think I see a little handle on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to keep doing that. I want to crouch. God damn it.
Alright.
Scoutneers
Okay.
Camp Sunshine.
I don't think that's very important.
That is
Unless
important.
there's some...
The date.
Well, we know that, we don't... This is the thing that the other document was for.
No, I know, but... This is also important because we know the exact dates that the camp was supposed to take place.
Well, that's not really...
We don't know that it's relevant yet. We don't know what's relevant yet.
Well, I'm just saying, the game did say that there are things that are pick-upable that aren't relevant. Alright, so this must be the intruder's wallet? Clyde?
Yeah. Huh.
No signature? No signature? It wouldn't be on the Metro card. Beer and smokes.
Okay, we haven't found any evidence of smoking yet. 860, 806, 680, 608.
Ooh, that's kind of spooky.
Yeah, I don't like that. Somebody... Okay, this is somebody smart enough to empty all of the stuff out of their wallet. Which is kind of fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. June 17th, 2004. I did really well in all my tests. I studied really hard. I still have 2 more tests to go, but I wanted to show Mommy and Daddy. Maybe they will become happy if they see how smart I am. But Mommy was angry and said Daddy wasn't coming home anymore. Did Daddy get a timeout? I miss Daddy. Sometimes I smell his favorite bottle just to remind myself of what he used to smell like. Mommy got so upset when she saw the bottle, she made them throw away. I secretly kept one. Mommy is so busy. I don't really like having babysitters. If only Daddy and Mommy could make up, but it is too late. Mommy and Daddy are liars. They told me I always need to make up with my friends when we fight. They told me to forgive Sarah whenever she takes and breaks my stuff, but they don't make up. Even though they aren't together anymore, I still hear them fighting over the phone sometimes. Mommy says she is going to keep Daddy away from us. Daddy says he is going to rescue us from Mommy. Why can't they just stay together? I have a sudden fucking horrible thought.
What, that this is the dad's house?
No, that the kid got the gun.
Maybe.
Well, she's smart.
Oh, she had to erase her name and put Peterson in there. Or Sherman.
Yeah. Did it over here,
Sorry,
too.
what date was the other one?
June 20th.
So she's having trouble, like... No. So we can say that between June 18th and June 20th, she had to change her name. Right?
I would assume so.
When did she sit? When was the diary entry that said her?
Yeah, I'm gonna check that.
Also, I kind of wish these were more like, you know, Ace Attorney kind of murder mystery kind of things, rather than like, oh, here's all this fucking domestic drama going on.
It was... Mommy was angry and said Daddy wasn't coming home anymore on the 17th.
So between June 17th, after June 17th, she had to change her name back to, Okay.
Alright, that seems relevant for a date, but we already have that, so I don't know why. Pacifier. I don't see anything else relevant in here, do you? She said she kept a bottle, but I don't see it.
I see it. It's right there in the back, isn't it?
That? No.
Is that just like... Hold on. Zoom in on that.
This is as far as I can zoom, good sir.
Is that Equate brand hydrogen peroxide?
I think
or
that's
rubbing
what
alcohol?
I think that's what it's intended to be.
No, it's Equator. But my assumption there is that, like, it's not like a bottle of perfume, like cologne that she was keeping around. It's like a bottle of liquor.
Right.
It's like, this smells like Daddy. Kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, so whoever came in here, walked over
dropped
here,
their wallet,
stopped here, looked in the...
Stopped there to look at... Yeah, so I would assume it's the dad.
I would assume so, too.
Stopped there to look at the child, walked over here...
And then bad shit happened.
Then bad stuff happened in here. So we have
hello.
bullet. Oh, we have 3 bullets.
Luger.
Oh.
Okay, Tyler. Immediate thought.
Yep.
Sitting here.
Yep.
Bang. Right in the wall.
But
Got
so
up,
if you look at the thing on...
bang.
Hold on. If you look at the thing on the wall... There's blood around that.
Yep.
So whoever was sitting at that thing hit the guy. and then got up, walked over, stood, and because the bullet is like right there,
Yeah.
the bullet casing, just
Executed.
stood over them, executed them in the back of the head.
Jesus Christ.
And one can make the assumption that because the mother had the Luger, that she was the one that shot the guy.
Not necessarily. We know that the mother has a Luger, but the safe is open.
I'm just saying,
Which implies some
at
kind
this
of
point in
premeditation.
time, we can make that assumption.
Yeah.
Until we get further evidence. So let's see. What do we got in here?
So we've got
Home
this.
office.
Temporary restraining order. Your lawyer in this case, if you have one. Name of restrained person: Clyde Kent Peterson, male, 6'5", 204 pounds, brown green, race white, 36, ex-husband, filed February 17th, 2004. Interesting.
Expires on February 3rd, 2005.
Okay. Also protects Greta, but not Sarah.
Well, Sarah probably wasn't born at that time.
She was
when
born
was
in
Sarah
2003.
When was this restraint?
2004.
Perhaps because Sarah doesn't go anywhere where the mother isn't. And I would assume Greta is like, she's out at school. Clyde can't go to the school to, pick her up or anything like that.
Right. Domestic violence prevention. So she had the gun to protect herself because clearly he was being a psychopath.
I would assume that he's like, a drunkard from the way that Greta described the bottle or whatever. And then Brenda was like, no, get rid of that fucking bottle.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh god, we got a computer we're gonna have to look through.
Yep, nothing there.
Is that a floppy disk over there?
Where?
Left. 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 Forward. Forward. Right.
It's a CD.
There you go. Okay, it looked like a floppy disk from just
Maybe
a weird
it's
angle.
an MO disc.
Oh god.
Alright.
I was gonna say a floppy disk in 2004. Jesus.
There's nothing there.
So it looks like the only other evidence we have is going to be on that computer. And the phone.
Yeah, can't open the drawers. Contacts: Gabriel Martinez, James Gunther, Emma Franklin, Lillian Choi, Harold Jenkins, Ward Tyler. Wake up, Hunter Mills. Boop, pee, nap, milk, throw up a little. Pee, nap, milk, sleep.
I mean, it's clearly just Sarah, so...
Buy more formula, buy more diapers, make appointments with Doc for Sarah's vaccination, buy Greta more paint, sign Greta's forms, buy new Tupperware.
Okay.
Alright, take that picture.
Pretty... I mean, I'm sure we'll have to correlate some of those phone numbers.
Hi Brenda, unfortunately your schedule changed slightly. With the care center being understaffed at the moment, we'll have to ask you to come on Wednesday and Thursday. The hours still remain your standard hours, 1 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Ms.
That's
Peterson.
on July 1st. Okay.
We've received your request to change your address and name. We have processed the change to your address, 608 Highcrest Street, apartment 608, New York 11375. We'll show in your next bank statement. However, in order to properly have your name changed, we have to ask you to stop by the local branch with legal government-issued ID.
Sorry, I'm just...
Yeah, no worries.
So Clyde had that thing in his wallet, where we assume it's Clyde.
Yeah.
With
860, 680,
Right.
all of that
I don't know
stuff.
where he got those numbers from,
Yeah.
but, like, he's clearly trying to find the specific building in Queens
Mm-hmm.
where she had moved.
Correct.
So...
Hi, Mrs. Peterson. Unfortunately, I won't be able to help you this month as I'll be out of town for most of July. However, I do have a friend who I think would be perfect for the job. She has a good track record, and I can personally vouch for her. Number is 212-888-2853. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Okay.
Before we look at that last
28
message.
2853 Lillian Choi.
Okay.
what date was that?
That was on 7/1.
So that is not today.
Right.
Because this is like the 16th or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then, hey, you did all you could. There's nothing more you could have done. Personally, I'm glad it's over. I don't care if he stays in jail or not. He can rot in there for all I care. Feel like you need time to heal and move on. If you need to talk, or help with the kids, you know how to reach me. Loris
would be the aunt, I believe.
Yeah. Lori S.
Her sister.
Yeah.
So.
Enter desired phone number. Last number was 911.
Okay, so she heard someone breaking in, was in this office, called wait, okay, that's weird. Okay. We don't have a call to 911 here, that's annoying.
There's Lillian.
Yeah, 2853. So she called Lillian at 10 in the morning.
And then there was
like...
No, these were incoming calls.
Oh, okay. Well,
so
we can't click on any of them. We just know who is calling.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get a list of who's calling. So 2013 Harold Jenkins was first.
Okay. Jenkins 2013. Ward Tyler is 4738. Lillian Choi 2853. James Gunther 1994, Emma Franklin 1405, and Gabe Martinez
the plumber
2468.
All right. So we have an unknown number, the most recent one.
Yep.
We have an unknown number, the second most recent one.
Lillian Choi.
Lillian Choi was the third most recent one.
Unknown.
An unknown number, and then
Harold Jenkins.
Okay.
So 212 is the area code for New York. 646 is also an area code for New York. I know that. I think.
But it's not. But I would assume that 212 is the area code for Queens, where they are.
Right.
Okay, so it doesn't... It also... Well... Oh, I thought that was like a letter or something, not a pencil sharpener.
Huh.
Oh, here we go.
This is a Thunder M2. This is
So that's the killer's gun. Well, that's the intruder's gun. That's not the Luger.
I don't want to look down the barrel of the gun. I'm sorry. It's paranoia, but... Okay. Cool. Sorry. BB,
Dave, you fool.
I'm just going to note this down.
I don't know how important that will be.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at the questions we're supposed to be answering.
BBR 4257. So, hold on. So, this kind of throws a wrench in things for a second, though, doesn't it?
How so?
Killer's gun, 2 shots from the owner's gun, and the killer's gun is left behind.
Oh, right, because he dropped it when he died.
Okay. Is there anything else in here? I don't think there is.
I don't see any other items in here. We already looked at that.
I know.
So, let's look at the questions we're supposed to answer here.
Who broke into the apartment? Clyde Peterson. Who was present during the break-in?
I would assume that it is...
What's the date again? Hold on. Today's the 16th, so it's only Sarah and Brenda. Because Greta is at Camp Sunshine, July 14th to the 21st.
That's also on the other document in the kitchen there. Like, when is she supposed to be leaving? Is like, it's
not in there. Oh, Tyler, I just saw something.
What's that?
555-0129. 555-0129.
Okay.
And then the next call is to the police.
But who is the, who, that was Lori?
That was Lori Sherman, the sister.
Okay, so she tried to call her sister, and then immediately after calls 911.
She killed him, called her sister to say, "What do I do?" And then called the police. Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, Brenda
Sherman,
Sarah Sherman. Clyde Peterson was killed because his gun is still here.
Yeah. Who is the killer?
So my assumption...
I assume it's Brenda Sherman, yeah.
Well, so the one thing that I have issue with here is that if you go back into the kid's bedroom, the safe is open. So the guy came in here, and he was looking for, I assume, the gun, because he didn't take the money. Right?
Hold on, I'm thinking.
Because the mother clearly didn't, like, we don't have evidence of her running in here to open the safe to get the gun to shoot him.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
We have an absence of evidence.
No. There's no sign of, like, a struggle or anything like that. Like,
right. Hear me out.
The guy clearly came in here with a gun. Because we have the gun. It's in the other room.
Yes. But his footprints clearly don't show him going towards the safe. They're going away from the dirt, right?
Sure.
So at some point she came in here and got the gun after he broke in. I just think it's
implausible.
No, I think it's implausible as well. But then he had her sit down. God, I wish I knew what that number was.
We might figure it out from one of the other rooms. Like one of the other apartments or whatever, because these are all potentially connected.
Right. I just want to see if there's literally anything else. I'm thinking that he got her in here and wanted her to do something. Well,
he clearly wanted to see his kids, for one thing. He stopped and looked at,
the baby.
The baby. We know Brenda's in here because her shoes are here.
Right. I think that she managed to convince him to let her go to the safe, got to the safe, came back here and sat down, and then shot him.
What, hiding a gun somehow?
I don't know.
And why is what's that?
It's just a pill bottle.
Pills. And what's with the jewelry? Like, was he asking her to pull out the jewelry or something? And then
there's also all of these documents everywhere: medical clinic receipt, field day checklist, chemical blood test report. None of these are necessarily important.
Those clearly were just scattered off of a desk or something, or tossed out of a drawer. Like he's rooting through some, or no, that thing right there. Look up to the left. That thing.
Tyler.
What?
What else is in the safe?
First aid kit. Bullets.
He was looking for this.
But why would he need that?
Because he's trying to say that they're my kids. It's my name as the father. This is a guess.
Well, I don't think he needs the birth certificate for that. I mean, that's a matter of public record that he's the father.
But I think something drove him nuts. And
Is there anything on the door of the safe?
No, it's just ExoSafe.
Well, you can click on it.
No, I can't. It just goes into the safe.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But he didn't get the money.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't take the money, he didn't take the birth certificates, he didn't take the bullets. The only thing that's missing out of there that I would expect to be in there is the gun. Which I think she got and used to kill him. I don't know how.
I don't know how. So,
but I think we have the answers We just don't know the full details yet.
The only other option there is that Clyde Peterson knew the combination for the safe, knew where she would usually keep the safe with the gun, knew that she keeps a gun in the safe.
Right.
Came in here, broke in, came in here, sat down, and was like looking through like documents or something to get some information or steal something.
Right.
And then Brenda came in here
and shot him with a different gun?
That's the other thing. It's like, where did the other gun... Occam's razor says that Brenda shot Clyde and then executed him.
Yes, I agree. Where did this bullet go? Hold on a second. Where did it go?
No, I don't know where the second... I don't know.
It had to...
There it is.
Yeah. No blood. Okay. Didn't hit anybody.
So dude came in, fired a shot, and that's clearly way off aim. So dude came in here, fired a shot as like a warning shot. Brenda turned in her seat, shot him in like the gut or the hand or something. Maybe that's why he dropped the gun.
I think it was in the hip, but yeah.
Or something like that. And the hip is likely because the blood there. He falls to the ground. She falls out of the seat, knocks her little document tray over and all of that crap. Struggles to her feet, walks over, puts the gun down, and just pops him in the back of the head.
I still think there's something we're missing, because everything here is all over the place. But, I agree at the basic events. I just don't think that she had the gun while she was sitting here. I think something else happened in between.
That's the only thing that I have questions on, is when did she get the gun? Maybe she had it on her because one of those incoming calls was like, hey, this guy's coming to you know what I mean? He's coming for you. You better be prepared. You better get your gun. We know that you have a gun or whatever.
Well, let's see whether or not we're right about this.
Yeah.
No.
Most of the questions.
We didn't.
Oh, you know what?
All.
Who was present?
It
might be the one who's present is that Clyde was present.
I want to see what the time was, by the way.
Okay.
Also, I just remembered that it never actually tells us the exact location. It just says New York.
Evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
11:35 p.m.
And July 16th.
Yeah.
So.
Who is this?
Well, 0129 is her sister.
Yeah.
I don't know who 7634 is. We might find that out in another case, but I would assume.
You know what? I assume that that's Clyde calling her and saying, "I'm coming."
Maybe.
And that might be why she had the gun.
Maybe. But then why was she still in the apartment? Why didn't she go to the police or something? Anyway, let's just if Clyde isn't the answer to the remaining question, I would assume it's Clyde Peterson is present during the break-in. Because we got 3 out of 4 correct, so
right.
One of those questions is wrong. What are you looking for?
It's 11:35 p.m. that we're in right now, right?
Correct.
So the last call in was 11 hours before from her sister.
You mean 11:35 a.m.?
No, it's 11:35 p.m. Watch.
Okay.
Bright flash. Welcome back.
They'll come in.
Oh, shit. It's not going to do it.
Womp womp.
Late in the evening. So, she did not.
I'm gonna guess that
she did not call her sister. But you think we should just add another one and say Clyde?
That's my personal guess. I mean, like 3 out of 4 was correct here, so it's like it's not like we got the killer and the killee backwards.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So clearly, the victim was present during the break-in.
Yeah.
So I mean,
so
that
we
makes
figured
sense.
out what happened, but we don't know what happened. That's kind of weird.
I mean, I think we got a pretty good grasp on that. Like,
yeah.
Brenda was warned that dude was coming around, and pulled her gun out of her safe and was sitting there like, maybe she was on the phone like calling whoever or trying to send emails or something, and then guy broke in the window, came in, she shot him, or he shot a warning shot, she took her gun out, blew him away.
Yeah. We'll find out at the end because of the narrative, but I think that's pretty good. I believe that is what happened. I just wish I had the nuance, but we're only seeing a snapshot in time and we don't get the full picture.
Right.
But next time on Character Select, the dinner party. I'm sure nothing bad happened there.
Nothing at all.
But thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. And Tyler.
Dave.
Oh, I always forget that crime is like the worst part of humanity. The worst side that you can peek in on.
Oh, sure. Ugh. It's awful.
Ugh. What would drive a man to kill people?
What would drive a man to neutrality?